Hello, this is just a little quick review of some things you might want to know for tomorrow. So I'm making this video short and sweet about 8 problems. I guess it's not that short, but the first four are pretty easy. We're looking at the general equation of a parabola, and I want to know what each variable does, the a, the h, and the k. And if you remember, the a will make the parabola go upward or upside down, right? It'll also make it wider or narrower. The h value, which is inside the parentheses, will shift it left or right, but it's opposite of what you think. If you want it to go right, you're going to have to put a negative value. If you want it to go left, you're going to have to put a positive value. And the k value in the back, outside of the parentheses, is what moves it up and down. And it's exactly what you would think. If I wanted it to go up 2, I would write a +2. If I wanted it to go down 4, I'd write -4. So I want to make the graph of y equals x squared, which is just a basic parabola at the origin. I want to make it move up 1. Well, that would be the k value. So I would write y equals x squared, but I'd put a +1 in the back. Okay. What if I want to make the graph turn upside down in number 2? Well, I would just add a negative sign in front. That would make it go upside down. Here's an interesting one. What if I wanted to make the graph move right 2? Well, right or left is that h inside of the parentheses, but it's opposite of what you want. So if I want it right 2, I would have to say -2 squared. Okay? And number 4, I want it to go left 3. Again, that's opposite, so I'd have to write +3. It's opposite of what you would think. Left is going to be a positive and right is going to be a negative. Okay, so just something to recall what we learned in chapter 2. This one, very popular one we kept seeing on homework and everything. I'm going to solve all these algebraically. You can, of course, put them in the calculator. But first, we're going to minus the 2. Okay, I get 12. Now I'll divide by 3. Do not divide by 3 first. And I get x plus 1 squared equals 4. And now I need to take the square root of both sides. X plus 1 is going to equal, the square root of 4 is 2, and it's also -2. A lot of people forget the other one and they only get this half right. So you want to say equals 2 and -2, and then you're going to solve. So x equals 1 and x equals -3. If you did this on the calculator, you're going to show the graph. You're going to find where they intersect. You'll see it's at 1 and -3, and you're going to sketch a graph of it. Okay, number 6. We've got an inequality. Again, you can do it on the graphing calculator. You're going to put an equal sign, though. But this one has a little bit of time to it. You'll see. So 2x plus 5 equals 9, and 2x plus 5 equals -9. Anytime there's an absolute value, you're going to say equals 9 and equals -9. So now we're going to subtract 5. 2x equals 4. And the solving part of it's very basic. So we got 2. And then subtract 5. 2x equals -14. X is -7. Now, this wants, an inequality wants kind of a number line. So we're going to find where we shade. So first we're going to put our numbers on here, -7 and 2. And then I'm focused on this sign. This sign means it's open circles because it doesn't have the line. It's not less than or equal to. So I'm going to have open circles at 7 and -2. And now I have section A, B, and C. So I'm going to test one of these sections. I'm going to test section B. And any point that's in section B, I would say 0's in section B, right? 0's right in there. I'm going to plug into the equation or to the inequality. So the absolute value of 2 times 0 plus 5, is that less than 9? Is that true or false? Which we get 2 times 0 plus 5 is 5. Absolute value of 5 is 5. 5 is less than 9. That's true. That works. So I'm actually shading the true section. If I got a false for B, I would shade A and C. Now, what does this mean, like an algebraic sentence for it? -7 is less than X is less than 2. So I have the graphical representation and the algebraic, okay, which would be both of those. Number 7 is our word problem. So first of all, we should have a key. You've got to get, this has a lot of points to it, so you want to have as much information down, even if you're not getting the final answer. But X is going to equal and Y is going to equal C. At Elisa's Printing Company, there are 2 kinds of printing presses. There's a Model A, which can print 70 books per day, and a Model B, which can print 55 books per day. The company owns 14 total presses, and this allows them to print 905 books per day. Okay, how much of each type of press do they have? So X is going to be number of Model A presses, I guess, printing presses. And Y is going to be number of Model B presses. Okay, so you'd get a point just for doing that. Now, if you notice, 70 books per day, 55 books per day, 905 books per day. All of those have the same kind of suffix, right? That ending, books per day. So those are all one sentence. So it is 70X, because that was for Model A, plus 55Y equals 905. Now the last number that we didn't do anything with was 14. How does 14 by itself? Well, it's a total of 14 printing presses. What kind of printing presses? Model A presses and Model B presses. So X plus Y equals 14. Okay, that happens a lot where the number by itself is just X plus Y equals that total amount. It's the total amount you have. So now we need to get one of these eliminated. I'm going to eliminate the Y's. I'm going to multiply this by -55 because I have a positive 55 right up here, and I want this to be -55, so they will eliminate. So I'm going to go ahead and recopy my top line just as it is. And now the bottom line, all of these get the -55. And try to show your work. 14, let me see, 14 times 55, -55 is -770. Okay, so now we're going to add down. So we got 70 minus 55 is 15x. The y's cancel. And then we got 905 minus 770. And that's 135. And we'll divide by 15. So x equals 9. So they have 9 Model A presses. Well, now we just need to find the y. So if x plus y equals 14, I can put the 9 in there. 9 plus what equals 14? Well, we got 5. So here's our 2 answers. We can say there are 9 Model A presses and 5 Model B presses. Okay. And we've got one more problem, another system of equation, and it is set up for substitution. So we're going to take this and plug it in for y, or substitute it in. So 2x plus 3 times something equals 4, and that's where we're going to put the 2x minus 12. So now I get 2x plus 6x minus 36 equals 4. I can combine like terms. 8x minus 36 equals 4. add 36. 8x equals 40. X is 5. Okay, they don't want you to stop there. They want you to find the y as well. When it's got an x and a y in the equation, you need to find both. So we're going to plug in, instead of our equation that says y equals 2x minus 12, I'm going to plug in the 5 for x, right? So this is 10 minus 12, which is negative 2. So my solution is 5, negative 2. Hope you're watching this and pausing it after each one, maybe trying it on your own and rewatching it if you need to. Have a good night.